And welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Falls. The new Rouses, the grand opening will be Wednesday. And of course, it's right around that mall area in Houma. So you know the location. They've had a store there for a long time. The new Rouses will be opening. We had a chance to talk with Donald Rouse and Donny Rouse. And of course, those two very familiar with the grocery business here in the area. And they've grown this franchise to be unbelievable. Let's look in. What a fantastic store. I've been hearing about this new store in the heart of Houma, and this is incredible. I see a lot of people working and stocking. They have a lot of places stocked already, but y'all are stocking as we go. Tell me about the vision of this, and first of all, how many stores exist now?
So we have 63 stores. This is a replacement store for the store that's next door to us.
And there's a lot of new bells and whistles with
Absolutely.
this store. There's a chicken drive-through. What else can people expect? I see the chicken, by the way, right behind us over here. Y'all are warming up, aren't y'all? Are y'all having fun with this? Donald, y'all come a long way.
You've got to have fun. Yeah, we've come a long way. From this area right here, within a quarter of a mile is what we have. Our first store, 7,000 square feet. And in this area, this is our fourth store that we've built within a quarter of a mile in Bayou Cane right here. You know, Ciro's, and then we took over the Piggly Wiggly, and then we went to the superstore. Now we're here.
A lot of memories and a lot of jobs, and a lot of people got to come up having jobs at Ciro's and Rouses and all that.
And I love hearing that. A lot of times, very successful people, their first job was at Rouses. They'll go back to that and how they started and what they learned working with us. And
that's right.
That's a great deal.
Look at the floors, by the way. I'm probably, when I walked in here, I looked around and said, this is brilliant, but I love the floors. I mean, the floors are, I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing what you could do with new floors and the way they present them now. But why don't we walk and just talk a little bit. Donny, I know I've asked you this before, but a store like this just doesn't happen. I mean, there's so many workers, there's so many vendors that come in and get the shelves ready. Just the art of distributing the positions. Can you talk a little bit about that? That's got to be
it's
strategic.
It's chaos every time.
Yeah.
You know, it always comes down to the last minute, but we have good plans. I mean, we've opened new stores often. Every year we have a couple stores opening or major remodels, and it's just the same plan, following the plan. You know, following everything and making sure we get it done. And we run into hiccups now and then, but you know, opening day we're ready to go.
Yeah. Donald, how has the floor plans changed since you first got in the business? It became strategic over the years, but I just want people at home to understand that you just don't put a shelf here and say, okay, community coffee.
Correct.
You're right. It's a lot of work.
I mean, nowadays, when we first started at Ciro's, you take the buggy and you had to almost pick up the buggy to get around the aisle. I mean, that's how tight it was. There was nothing to the store, hardly. Produce, meat, and groceries. Nowadays, there's so much more to the layout and to the planning, but luckily, along has come the technology to help us plan, and we don't just put ketchup here for no reason. We have a strategic plan on every item that's set in the store. We know how to adjust movement. We know the retails and what to expect on the products.
Right. You know, it's when we're looking at our store sets, everything in the store has a place. The store manager is not deciding necessarily what goes on displays. It's coming from our office, and we're using, between our sales reporter and heat maps, we know what sells, where it goes, and that's why it's in a certain place.
You said maps. You said what kind of maps?
Heat maps. So we can tell where customers are spending the majority of their time in the stores as they're going up and down aisles.
That is unbelievable. Yeah. So it's changed, and so it sort of evolved over the years where you really had to do physical inventory all the time. Now it's state of the art.
It is. We're still doing inventories 3 times a year, but just so much technology that just even over the last 5 years that we've been able to implement, just much different than it was 25 years ago.
Let me ask you about the meat department, because young gentleman was taking everybody around and showing them the ropes on it, but he was talking about how a lot of the meats don't have MSG, and they're sort of designed for people that have high cholesterol problems. There's a little something in this store for everybody, isn't there?
Absolutely. We have the healthy items and the not so healthy items. Yeah. But it's what our customers want. We want anyone to be able to walk into our store and find what what they're looking for, and if they can't find it, we'll do our best to source it and get it in there.
Let's mosey a little bit more and get a different view, but as we see everyone stocking, just from a logistical standpoint, how difficult is it to get a place this big built? And I'm looking, by the way, I don't want to miss it, we're as passionate about food as you are, Donald Rouse, and I think that sort of tells it all. But logistically speaking, the little things that you don't see when you walk in the store. There's a lot of people up front working, getting ready for a ribbon cutting, but it takes a large team to put all this together. How many employees do you have now?
So we're going to have, in this store, it's going to be 220 employees. The store next door had about 160 employees.
Okay. And the new twist is the drive-through chicken. Now, when I drove up, y'all are doing a test run today, and it already looks like it's crowded. So what are y'all looking for in the test run? Can you tell us a little bit about what you're looking for?
Yeah, we're going to fine tune everything, all the equipment, make sure it's working correctly, all the technology is working correctly. The product is to the standards that we have set, and just keep running it. Today we have team members and vendors that each have a coupon, and they drive through the window for a meal, and it helps us train, because we can't just open up a new end of the business without us doing in-depth training, and that's what this is all about.
But isn't that part of what your strategy has always been at Rouses, is that you don't just wing it. You don't just open up one day and say, okay, we hope it works.
Well, I did at one time, but he doesn't do it.
Well, you were back in the
That's right.
Yeah, back in the days, but now it's you want to make sure you test it, make sure that every little faux pas is worked out, so when they come through, it's all about the experience, isn't it?
Right. So we know everything in the store works and functions like it's supposed to. The drive-throughs new far, so we've been testing that out over the last few days, just to make sure the customers can get the same experience that they can get when they go to, a first-class operator and expect the right service and the right quality. And what's great about the drive-through is, we're opening up different chicken options and fried shrimp options, but come crawfish season, it'll be bulk crawfish through the drive-through as well.
And I saw y'all have always tried to keep a lot of the work local, and I know a lot of the contracting and all has been local. That's always been a mindset of you all.
Correct.
Yeah,
Byron
Calvert built this store for us, and he's built quite a few of our stores, but he did a great job. We started this store and a store exactly the same in Lafayette at the same time, and this store is going to open up 2 to 3 months before our Lafayette store. And it just shows that when you work with someone local, you work with someone who's built stores and done other projects for you, it goes a long way, because so much is riding on that contractor as far as when our refrigeration's arriving, all these different cases, our produce tables, when we're training. So if the contractor's hitting their timelines, everything goes smoothly.
So we have Lafayette going up right now.
Lafayette's going up, Baton Rouge going up, Biloxi, Mississippi, Picayune, Mississippi.
So we'll be encroaching on 70 stores before long. Yeah.
I was sort of joking when I was walking by the freezers, and I told y'all I'd hate to see your electric bill. And Donald, you said,
yeah, it's because of our customers that we can pay our bills, right?
Yeah.
And I had a couple customers with me at the time.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of business to pay the bills.
A lot of groceries.
Thank God we're able to have the kind of customers and the business that it takes to operate stores like this.
But I mean, let's face it, the Rouse name is just synonymous with big time service, big time business, and nobody can dispute that. But back in the day when you were starting, and I know Donny now, you're looking at it, did you really ever think it would get this big? You hope.
Yeah, I'm thinking my dad's looking down right now and shaking his head, saying, wow, they continued it on. He started it, and then I took over, and then Donny's doing better than we did. So it seems like each generation gets a little better.
But they all learn from the past.
Yeah.
Isn't that the goal in life, is just to one up the other one just a little bit?
No, don't you want to see your son do better than you? In my case, in most people's case, Yeah.
And I'm sure Donny's children are going to be coming up. And
we hope so.
When you turn around real quick, just the colors. Who does the color presentations in here?
So that's our marketing and advertising team, work with our design company on that.
So you have a design company, a marketing company, and they get together. Do they is there a lot of research in what colors appeal to people? How does that, without giving up too much marketing strategy?
Really, a lot of it is just what we like.
Yeah.
And this looks great. Let's do it. And again, this package is brand new. We haven't built a store like this one yet. We built a little bit smaller, like what we did in Thibodaux, but that's all the Nickel State theme there.
Right.
So this picking out all the new core was different for us here, and it's fun. And we're looking at stuff on a computer and like, that looks good. Let's go ahead and try it out.
I see you still have people laying carpet down up until the grand opening. I'm sure you're going to still have a little punch list.
Absolutely.
That goes on after, but the whole idea is to get people in and let them see it. And I'm used to the one on St. Charles. I walk in, I know where every item is, or none. But I'd imagine if I walked into a store like this, it takes you a little while to get acclimated, right? But it doesn't, people learn quick, don't they?
Correct.
Yeah. They make their run-throughs.
It has a really good flow, this store.
Yeah, and it's so
and all
spacious.
that's considered as well, the flow for the customers, and where the items are located, and how the ease of shopping, all that's factored into the design.
What does this store do to, I know we have all the other ones, and you can't take all those stores out of commission, but you always want to grow. But eventually, as you replace stores, do they all morph into this, or do you sort of keep it with the population of the area they're built in?
It's going to depend on the population. So we have this store, this is 55,000 square feet. We also have it in a 45,000 square foot and a 30,000 square foot. So depending on the market, Lockport is 30,000 square feet.
Yeah.
And very similar to this.
Okay. So what are y'all most proud of? That Wednesday is the day. Who cares if it's 110 degree weather? I heard your marketing team saying we may move it inside, but there's a cold front coming.
Right.
And it's supposed to be 95.
It's going to be beautiful.
It's supposed to be beautiful, 95 degrees.
It will be beautiful here for sure.
Yeah. So, how proud are y'all of what you're seeing today? Because this is incredible.
It's awesome. We expect big support from the community. I know we have a lot of people coming out. We have, great ribbon cutting, flag raising ceremony. I know Vanderbilt will be here with their band, and just a lot of cool events all week long for our customers.
I'm proud of the team. They've done a real good job on the top of leadership, but it's the whole team. It's not just one person or two people. We've got a great team, and thank God for that.
Well, I got to say, it's amazing what y'all, I don't think people really stop and appreciate the trickle-down effect sometimes of what Rouses has meant to the community and the schools and the people. But sure, it's a great business, but the trickle-down effect is unbelievable. And a lot of people have become better because of Rouses. So thank y'all very much for that.
And thank God for us being able to do that.
Yeah. All right. Amen. All right. We appreciate Donny and Donald Rouse spending some time with us at HTV. Like I said, they've been good for the community, and they're very humble people. Every now and then we like to get them on camera, and we like to showcase what they've done for the community. So it's a big day. It's a big store. It's a big community event, and they're great for the economy. We'll see you there.